Not even the police are safe from their own hate crime laws. Metropolitan Police ex-officers charged over racist WhatsApp posts. Six former Metropolitan Police officers have been charged with sending racist messages on WhatsApp after a BBC Newsnight investigation. The officers served in, I believe this is on the back of, see how that lassie that got murdered by that police officer, and then it turned out that in the investigation they discovered group chats with other police officers where they were all posting George Floyd memes and stuff like that. Basically, this seems to be done on the back of that because obviously BBC have went, wow, I wonder what other police officers have spicy group chats. It's all of them, but some of them were, silly and ended up getting themselves caught. The officers served in various parts of the force, but all spent time in the Diplomatic Protection Group, now known as the Parliamentary and Diplomatic Protection Command. They were not serving during their alleged participation in the group. But the BBC believes serving officers were in the group until early 2022. A statement from the Met said the charges follow an investigation by the Met's Directorate of Professional Standards, which was launched following coverage by the BBC Newsnight programme in October of last year. So I think it was because of that girl's murder. It said the officers who retired between 2001 and 2015 have been charged by post with offences under Section 127 of the Communications Act of 2003. So the exact same one that I was charged under. Now, everyone's saying, oh, but that was like a public post. Nope. Even if it's a group chat or even if it's a private message, it falls under the category of posting grossly offensive information, imagery, etc., via social media. So it doesn't have to be public. If you send a racist comment or something a little bit too spicy just in a direct message to a single person, you can be charged under this act because we don't have human rights here in Britain. They will appear in Westminster Magistrates Court on 7th of September. The ex-officers charged are Peter Booth, 66, of Llandilo, Carmarthenshire, charged with 4 counts of sending by public communications grossly offensive racist messages. Robert Lewis, 62, of Camberley, Surrey, charged with 8 counts of sending by public communication grossly offensive racist messages. Anthony Elsom, 67, of Bournemouth, Dorset, charged with 3 counts of sending by public communication grossly offensive racist messages. Alan Hall, 65, of Stowmarket, Suffolk, charged with 3 counts of sending by public communication grossly offensive racist messages. Michael Chadwell, 62, of Liss, Hampshire, charged with 1 count of sending by public communications grossly offensive racist messages. Trevor Luton, 65, of Swansea, charged with 1 count of sending by public communication grossly offensive racist messages. Rookie numbers, man. You want to be, where is it? You want to be like your boy Robert Lewis there. Oh, 8. Get on my level, lads. Last year, Newsnight was past dozens of messages shared within the chat by a member of the group. Now, that is something we will touch on at the end. The BBC has not reproduced the messages because some of them contain strong racial slurs. Some of the posts reference the government's Rwanda policy, while others joked about recent flooding in Pakistan, which left almost 1,700 people dead. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex also featured in several images alongside racist language. Commander James Harman, who leads the Met's Anti-Corruption and Abuse Command, said as soon as we were made aware of these allegations, we acted to launch an investigation. I am pleased that following the determined work of officers, we have been able to secure these charges. The honest majority of Met officers are fully behind this work. No, they're not. They are tired of being let down by a minority in policing, and they are aware of the damage poor behaviour can do to our relationship with the communities we serve. I recognise announcements about the outcome of our investigations may have the potential to cause further public concern, but I hope it demonstrates our absolute commitment to investigate any corrupt and abusive behaviour from the Met. Now, in regards to the actual messages themselves, they were in a private group chat where obviously those messages were the guy who snitched on them was obviously fine with them for a long time. But then he decided to do snitch and get himself a little bit of clout, and judging by the way he's behaving, it does seem like that. Now, obviously, should these things be illegal? No, they absolutely shouldn't. I don't know the content of what was said. He sent racist messages. Well, that's fucking absolutely anything and everything these days. So, yeah, and I'm going to guess these guys were in their 60s. Leave them the fuck alone. And even if their messages were racist and they were using the N-word and all that stuff, they have the fundamental basic human right of freedom of speech. If you don't like the language, well, tough shit. People get to use their human rights in ways that you might not approve of, but hey ho, their rights. You know, what can you do? Well, apparently you can become you can become an authoritarian state and arrest people for it. But should these guys be charged? No, absolutely, they should not be charged. Obviously, because it's a violation of their human rights to do so. But one thing that's very, very important, and I've said this so many times, right? I get emails, an awful lot, of someone like, oh, hey Dank, are you free to talk for a moment? I've got a little bit of a free speech issue that I'm going through just now. And I always reply, let me guess. You're aged 18 to 24, you're a university student, and you made the stupid mistake of having a group chat with other students. You then posted things in this group chat that made one of the other members of the group chat, even though they were all laughing and joking along for the longest time, that the thing that you said offended them. Now suddenly it was a problem. And they've snitched on you to the uni, and now the uni's going to kick you out, you're probably going to lose your job, you're going to get kicked off your course, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, wow, how did you know? Because you're all fucking idiots, right? If I would say, if you have a job or you are a university student, don't have group chats with anyone from work. Anyone from work, anyone that's a student, anyone like that, anyone that's a fellow student, any of that, just don't have group chats. If you do, because you're all working on projects together, when I was at uni, we did group projects all the time. Well, I did. See if it's for that stuff, that's fine. Keep it strictly uni, no jokes, none of that stuff. I give you the same advice that I give to everyone. How are we supposed to survive in university when blah, blah, blah? Keep your head down, keep your mouth shut, get your degree, get the fuck out. That's the advice I give to everyone, right? Now, group chats, don't have them. Just honestly, don't have them. What's going to happen is in the group chat, you will get a snitch, right? Someone that will probably get caught themselves and decide to snitch on everybody else to save their own arse, or in the case of these guys, did it for a little bit of clout and a little bit of virtue signaling, even though it was a private group chat that this guy was in. Because the guy's a piece of shit, essentially, right? So, no group chats, especially ones at work. See if there's a group chat for work where it's like, oh, did you get the 445B form? Like dumb shit like that, whatever, right? But keep it strictly just work. Don't make jokes, don't post memes, don't do any of that stuff. Because unfortunately, this is the world we live in now, right? Just don't do it. It's not worth it. You know, the meme you sent for that little bit of approval from your co-workers, who, let's face it, you don't really like in the first place, right? It's not worth losing your career or getting kicked off of your uni course and having a year of your life wasted, right? It just absolutely is not worth it at all. It's not. It's sad. It's sad that it's shite. Especially when it's like someone where you were like, I thought this guy was my friend. I thought he was cool. Never ever assume someone's cool. Never ever assume that a university student is cool, right? Just never. See if it's your friends outside of university and it's like, I literally grew up with this guy or whatever, or it's your mutuals online, then whatever, your mutuals online and your actual identity isn't tied to like your online username, then whatever, fine, go nuts, have fun, right? But at work or at university, don't have group chats, otherwise stuff like this can happen.